Hello! How's everyone doing today on this fine Tuesday afternoon? How's it going? Nice relaxing stream today. Gonna do a little bit of work on the RATRIG. Hopefully wrap up the electronics box. Printed off the newest revision of it. And then we're gonna do kind of like just a print and chill. No major plans today, just kind of a laid back stream. It's Tuesday. It's sunny outside. There's some things I got to do later. We're just gonna have some fun today. Hello, everyone. Get the music going. There we go. Is that Azure? No, this PLA. Actually, no. This is PLA. Yeah, this is some grade A corn plastic here. I gotta unload this because we gotta print some stuff. Yeah. Okay. A little bit of a pain to actually work on a printer when there's filament loaded in it. So let's correct that and hopefully not get it tangled. So yeah, this is Azure Film PLA, Marble PLA. I printed what did I print it? I printed the St. Javelin print with it. But I know we said we were done with the V-MINION streams, but I needed something to do today for the stream. I didn't want to dive into another Voron project. So I'm going to try and, I don't know if this will be a plan going forward, but I'm thinking we might just do some for the foreseeable future, use like Tuesdays for like one-off projects, like things that I need to get done. And then the Micron will be Saturdays. So, what is the plan today? Well, for those that don't know, for the V-MINION here, it has, you can't see it on overhead cam. The original design for a V-MINION has a separate electronics box, okay? So all the electronics are in a separate box. I'm not a huge fan of that. I kind of understand why they did that, but I'm not a huge fan of it personally. So when we built mine, I self-sourced all the electronics, right? They only gave me the mechanical kit, which is what I wanted. I wanted to use some electronics I had. We have an SKR PICO with a Raspberry Pi Zero, and it's this nice little enclosure, okay? It's a nice compact little thing. So I've been working on a mount, electronics box. This is a rough revision of it. There's no cooling. We're going to be fixing that today. But the power supply right here is a community mod already. So this is a UHP 350. That I didn't design, but this is mine. So what we're going to be doing today is I got a new version of it, and hopefully it printed okay. It failed a little bit, whatever. I got to tweak it. So we got a new enclosure box here, and now we have proper part cooling, because that's something we didn't have. Because one of the good things about having drivers that are actually like on your PCB, the PCB acts like a heat sink. So step sticks, when you have your drivers in a step stick format, they usually require more cooling than drivers that are mounted to the PCB, because you can put a nice big fat copper pore in the PCB and that acts like a heat sink. So on the SKR PICO, it's also got another heat sink on top of it. So it'll run fine as long as you're not pushing crazy current through it. But yeah. Do I have a sharpening filter? I have a noise canceling filter applied. That's about it. Video quality seems funky. It shouldn't be. Oh, I see. Oh, that, yeah. Okay, one second. Everyone, if you have a Google Home, I apologize. Okay, Google, turn the cameras off. Should probably mute the mic for that. Okay, there we go. I think we're okay there. I know that happens sometimes. I don't know what it is. I bought this camera used. It's an A6300. Sometimes that happens. I don't know if it's the cam link or the HDMI cable that I'm using. It's just sometimes it does that. So, yeah. So anyways, should be okay there. So, we got a lid for the box. I'm gonna actually like emboss something on it, but this isn't the final version because I am not a CAD person. I am not that good with CAD. I'm okay with CAD. I'm not a CAD person. So, let me pull it up here. So I gotta fix the grill. The grill didn't really print too well, unfortunately. Focus on me. Are you gonna focus on me? Yeah. So the grill didn't print too well. I'm gonna have to change the design a little bit, make it a little bit more printable. I'm loading up the CAD right now. But it's functional, so this isn't the final version. So people have been asking for me to release this. I will put it out once I ensure that it actually works. Yeah. Open recovery. No, I don't want to open recovery document. There we go. Okay. So we're going to have to transplant the electronics. I'm hoping I don't have to unwire everything here. Because that would save me a bunch of time if I can just, you know, kind of leave everything hooked up and just kind of transplant the mount. But I don't have super high hopes. Oh, and I did, well, I'm going to have to take the bed off because I did change the mount for the bed carriage mount because it also uses a drag chain. I don't like the bed wires floppy all over the place. So we do have to change that up. I'm always paranoid of cutting zip ties. With wires under them, so these ones you can cut from the back. There we go. So yeah, we're gonna have to take the bed off. No biggie. Put this on. It uses heat sets. Why do I use heat sets? Because I love heat sets. If you have them, use them. Makes it nice and easy, so we're gonna have to put some heat sets in here. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 heat sets to hold the cover on. It just screws on like that, and the screws hold. There's no weight on it. The fan just screws to that, and then there's 2 heat sets in the thing for the drag chain, plus some heat sets for the other end of the drag chain. Dog person. Huh. But yeah, today's stream's just kind of a relaxed stream. Nothing going cuckoo. It's a nice Tuesday afternoon. And yeah, we'll get this swapped up, make sure it all works, and do some printing. The wife's actually home today, so Doggo might grace us with a visit. Hopefully, maybe we'll see. We shall see. Finally seeing the end of my endless. I forget how long it takes to print boron parts for some people. For me, it's like 3 days. Well, actually, I can do it in 1 day because I've got multiple printers, so I can just do like everything at once. But I need to figure out what's going on with Toasty. I've been trying to print some PC, and it's not sticking to the bed too well. Some CFPC, and it's just not. Keyboard kits. I'm not going to get into any sort of production business selling stuff. I know that's kind of the thing now, is people selling prints on Etsy. So you use your channel to show off, you know, prints and whatnot, and then you sell the prints on Etsy. I wish I could do that. I don't know how Etsy in Canada is with shipping costs, if that would make it kind of dumb, because I know selling to the States would make it dumb. But my problem is I only got the one room here. I'm gonna get a new heat set iron. This one's dying on me, I think. But I can't be printing while I'm recording. I hate printing while I'm recording. It's kind of annoying to record, have the printers running, or streaming, so my schedule's kind of weird. Steve! Hey, Steve! I'm printing when I can. Oh, see, I run my printer's lights out all the time. I have no qualms running my printers when I'm sleeping or when I'm out. Like, I'll start a print and go out while the bed's still heating up. Like V226, this one right here with ABS is pretty much like 99% reliable. Like, I can't remember the last time I've had to like cancel a print that didn't start right. So. So I'm already looking at a few things I'm gonna have to tweak with this. Because one of the kind of flukes with this design is it has to do with the fact that the SKR PICO, all the plugs for it come out the side. You don't put your wires in from the top, you plug them in from the side. So because of that, you need to get at it from the side. So the bottom here, I would have liked to have the walls on this part and then just have a simple lid. But the problem is you need to get at it. So I purposely made it so that when the lid's not on, everything's open. So you can get at whatever you need to get at, because, you know, plugging in stuff is kind of a pain on this. Like if you had to like plug in and you had a wall here or here, trying to plug all this stuff in would be kind of a pain in the butt. So that's why the design is kind of this way, where the lid is the walls and it just screws together, hopefully. What's the blue filament? It is Sparta 3D fluorescent blue. So these ones I'm kind of worried about. I don't know if I put enough meat. There's really not a lot of meat there to hold these, but again, it's just holding a plastic part, so it's not like there's any force on these. So I might beef the tops up a little bit, but I think we might be okay actually. Oh, look at that, I grabbed just the right amount of heat sets too. Now, I probably could have made these, you know, I could have gone with hex nuts for this. Just had a slot, you drop the hex nut in, or just screwed it into plastic. I don't like screwing into plastic. That's one thing I changed. Originally, for the actual mount for the controller board, I had heat sets. You would put heat sets in on the back, and then I just had printed standoffs on the top here to air gap it, right? Because you can't have it sitting flat, obviously. But the problem I ran into was the screws. A lot of the screws that are used for standoff, so like, you know, the little hex spacers that you use to like stand off the Raspberry Pi on top, motherboard pins, whatever, you know, the screws used for mounting motherboards, those kind of things, the longer ones. There's not a lot of thread on them. So if I had the heat set and then I had a printed tower above it to act as a standoff, you couldn't actually screw into the heat set. There would be too much plastic there. And then if I had the standoff shorter, there basically would be no meat there, and the heat set would melt right through it. So I just went, and for the controller now, it just screws right into plastic. It should be okay. Again, it's a light PCB. There's no force on it. And really, how many times are you screwing and unscrewing your controller board? So I don't think it'll be an issue. But it is what it is. And I might have to fix these. I've never actually made threads in Fusion before, so we might have to clean them up a bit, but we'll see. We'll see. It'll be fine. Yeah, it'll be fine. Worst comes to worst, it just don't work, and I just print another. Well, let's be honest, I'm not going to print another. I'm just going to fix the design, make sure it prints, and we'll call it a day at that point. Yeah, it screws through. We're good. We're good. Yeah, we're good. Ugh. Oh yeah, that's way too tight. I'm gonna have to run a screw through these to... I can't remember, on Fusion, are you supposed to make the hole size and then make the threads, or... I can't remember if in Fusion, when you model the threads, if it pushes out, like cuts into the material for the threads, or it goes in with the thread. I can't remember. I cannot remember. But now Streamlabs is open. Chatbot. Are you working, Streamlabs? There we go. It's reminding you guys about the merch. There's a merch store now. There's a link to it. Depends how you set. Yeah, that's one thing I gotta learn. That's I am not a CAD person. I've said it before, I've said it again, and I'll keep saying it. I am not a CAD person. I'm still very much learning Fusion. Yep. So I can't find my... Ooh, that's hot. Did you know friction is hot? Wow, that got really hot, that screw. Ooh. Wow. So we're just doing a little bit of thread forming. Because I can't find my tap. I have an M3 tap. I just don't know where I put it. But it's plastic, so we can just do thread forming. No biggie. You can also do this with aluminum, by the way. You gotta be careful not to go too fast and melt your plastic. There we go. Okay. Villar5, thank you, appreciate it. Model the hole smaller, grab a screw off McMaster and subtract the screw into the plastic. That can work too. Because I went at it thinking it like a tap, so I made the hole like 2.75 millimeter. Here, I'll show you. Bodies. People hold their base. There we go. And hide the top. So. Oh. Okay, I had threads modeled in there, but I thought it was like a. I went at it looking at like a tap function, right? So the hole's like. Okay, that's not the diameter I picked. What the heck happened? There were threads in there. Create thread 3 mil. Okay. Yeah, there were threads in there. I don't know where they went. Maybe I didn't save them. Yeah, so it does cut them out. Yeah. Okay, so they weren't modeled in there. Okay, so I gotta update that. I could have sworn I did that. Oh well, you'll learn. So we got the heat sets in there. And now I gotta mount the fan. Now, for the fan, I figured you'd probably put it on the inside, but if you want to put it on the outside, you can. I don't think it really matters too much. Push or pull. And this is that really, those blue LED fans that I bought that are really shit. They got like no airflow, but they got blue LEDs in it. So I figured since I can run this thing already without cooling, I'm not too concerned about how much these fans actually push. To find some screws though that work. 312. M312. That works. You have to check modeled. But what do you mean check modeled? So let me undo. Okay. Create. Okay. Oh. Okay, that's what happened. Okay, thank you. Great. Thread. Modeled. Okay. There we go. The RAT OS config is 1.18. Okay, there you go. Yeah, yeah, we went with blue LEDs because it's cooler. Okay. Thank you. See? This is why. Oh, yeah, so I'm missing my threads in here too. Okay, so I got to fix that. See, this is why I live stream. It's, you know, yeah, you know, it's my job now. But also, if I run into problems, I could just ask you guys to help. Why figure it out on my own when I could just get the community to do the work for me? Actually, oh wait, no, these, yeah, those are gonna stick out, whatever. So these ones aren't gonna be modeled in either. So we're cutting plastic here. Oh well. Oh well. It's an ES126. Yeah, because these threads aren't modeled in either. That makes sense. And it should be an M310 screw. But I'm using M312s because I don't have M310s. I gotta buy more. Here's compensate for shrinkage. It's kind of like a known thing. Like certain dimensions, certain things you don't need to do. It's mostly sizes for holes. And it's just kind of like a like tribal knowledge. Like, okay, you know, for the heat set hole, you make that 4.7 millimeters wide. For an M3 hole, you make it 3.2 millimeters if you want the screw to go through it, like that kind of thing. Well, here's the thing. I could have put inserts here, but I would have had to make the walls thicker, and they're already 3 millimeters thick. And it's a fan. So I'm not super concerned. There you go. Oh, I gotta make that so much bigger. Yeah. So I gotta make that another... Okay, so I'm gonna have to make that hole bigger, because I don't think we're gonna get a lot of airflow. And I mounted the fan backwards, so it's blowing air out. Dang it. Fan, go other way. I want to blow air in. It is what it is. It is what it is. Maker Viking, hello. Gotta do lunch. Lunch? Oh yeah, it's 2:30, yeah. Back into smash button on my way out. I'm doing my part. Come on, what are we at right now? Oh, come on, that ratio's horrible. Ugh. What do we get? We got 88 likes to 240 viewers? That's a horrible ratio. What is this? Some Twitter thread about a sensitive topic? Do better than that. $8 p.m. in Poland. Ooh. And of course, I lost a screw. I take 4 screws out, and now I only have 3. Found it. Oh, don't put the screw through the fan. Okay, so this is why we print test ones. So not only do I need to redesign the grill, so it's actually a little bit more printable, I need to make it bigger so we get a little bit more airflow. Actually, oh yeah, that spins freely. Yeah, we're good. And actually inset it a bit so we don't run into any fan blade issues. But we should be okay. So now I gotta take the bed off. Actually, I shouldn't have to take the whole bed off. Let's see here. I think I only gotta take this one off. Oh wait, nope. I forgot. You gotta hold on to this. It's got like a lock nut under it, which I'm not a huge fan of. I'd rather, you know, would have been nicer if they just kind of screwed directly into the carriage instead of this method, but it is what it is. Is what it is. Okay. So don't break. There we go. So I need to undo 2 things. Take out the bed heater wire. And the thermistor. Okay. Because I'm swapping out this part right here. It's the little blue part that this mounts to. And I got the new one right here. And all it is, it's slightly different. I changed it. I dropped it 2 millimeters essentially. So it's not a huge deal. It just, you got to do it. This is the one thing I don't like about this printer is you can't really flip it around and work on it easily. It's kind of a pain in the butt because it's a tripod. So I'm going to take this sleeving off. Actually, I don't like it. Oh, but you can slide it off too easily. Nope. It doesn't want to come off. No. Nope. I have to pull the whole thing out. There we go. What's the chat up to? Amazon wouldn't make a printer. They would just rebrand an existing printer. Why would they go through the R&D to develop an Ender 3 clone? That's not... Amazon doesn't really... Like, they have their Amazon Basics line, but they probably do what Monoprice does and just take something existing or just do a few tweaks to something. I highly doubt they would actually go through and make their own printer. That just doesn't make any sense. Like, 3D printing is relatively niche. Why would they invest in a niche product? These hex nuts are super annoying. Or these lock nuts are super annoying. You don't have to take these ones off, you just gotta loosen it enough that you can... shift the bed a bit. Wish I had a spot welder. I'd just weld the nuts. Okay. Oh, I forgot. I need 2 more heat sets. Shoot. Got 4 heat sets in here. So, if you're familiar with the original CAD on this guy, there we go. How it works is this original piece here mounted to the bottom, okay? And it was just a little holder for the thing, and it was just... So what I've done is it sits on top now, and the reason it sits on top is so that when the drag chain's attached, it actually gets over this extrusion here. So you are, you know, it's close to the bed, but really, as long as you don't print it out of PLA, you should be fine. But it uses 4 heat sets, so now it screws up. So what we have to do is this standoff goes in the middle of it. So before it was on the bottom, now it's on the top. So you have to install this before you put your bed on. And then you put 2 more heat sets here, and this is where the drag chain mounts. Why aren't the drag chains modeled into the 3D model? Because I don't know how to do that. So they're notionally there. Yeah, so this is the old one, which I'm going to put in the bin of parts that I need to take heat sets out of, because we'll be putting heat sets in it one day. No, I was in the meeting. Okay, yeah. So Tim's asking if I missed the call with the Voron team and Bezos about the Amazon printer deal. No, I was busy during that call because remember how Musk needed the V-24 revived for Starship because it needs to fit in that one for the Mars landing unit, right? So no, I was with Muskie on that call. It was really weird when Mr. Beast was on the other line too. That was just weird. That was a weird call. Kind of like everyone. So, I'll put this back together now. We're talking about business stuff. Shop LTT store. You want to say hi, Coda? You want to come in? Seriously? You poked your head in, then you left. Really? Really, dog? Merv 10, thank you, appreciate it. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday to you too. Okay, I'll fix that later. Yeah, doggo, he came, he poked his head in, and then he left. I'm like, really, Coda? So tip for drag chains, just to make it easier, the end pieces, you can just attach the end pieces first and then clip the chain onto it. It just makes it a little easier to work on. Tie in here. Yeah, Coda was just checking on the stream, make sure everything was good. Okay, so. Open this all back up. And actually, I am going to put this on last. Yeah, I'm going to leave these out of the way for now because I got to swap the controller board. That's going to be more of a pain in the butt, I think. So let me tighten this back up. And by the way, I will be doing a video on the RATRIG V-MINION here. It won't be a review video because I self-sourced a bunch of stuff. So obviously it won't be like a review of the kit, but it'll be talking about the printer itself, things I like about the design, things I don't. And I'll also go over the mods that I did. Because we got to fix the EVA here. My one fan shroud is riding dirty. Okay, so I'm hoping what I can do here is, I gotta take that off. Okay, so get that out. And hook my power. Okay, so what I'm hoping is I can just kind of plop it out, essentially. So unscrew this guy. Unscrew this guy. Nira, would you update the linear rail and the Trident to a larger one? What do you mean upgrade? Like, it's already an MGN 12. To like MGN 15? No, that you don't need that. Like, this thing uses MGN 15. It's like, I can maybe kind of understand it for the bed. I mean, we use an MGN 12 on the the switch wire and it's fine, but to each their own. But do you like MGN 15? No, that's overkill. Oh. He goes out. I'm trying to remember. I know I have a bit for this. I can't remember where I put it. I think it's this one. Yep. The stenciling is coming off the logo. What the heck? What? Now people won't know it's a Big Tree Tech. How will people know it's a Big Tree Tech? I've never seen that before. Oh, did I get like ISO on it at some point? And it just kind of, I don't know. It's Big Tree Tech. They're going to change the design in a week anyways, what they do. Okay. So, I'm hoping now I just kind of flip it on its side. And because the controller board ain't going to go anywhere now. And just unscrew all this stuff and swap in the new one. So, get an angle for this. A Mark 1 clone. I shouldn't. I caught it directly from Big Tree Tech. They sent it to me directly. And this hardware came with the kit, and this is like, I think, leftovers from, it's either like the extras board or controller or something. I don't know. There was a bag of extras. I don't know if it was supposed to be for the separate enclosure, the hardware thing, or what. I don't know. Seems like those drives got... Well, they didn't throw any errors, and they didn't have any layer shifts, and I did touch them, and they seemed fine, so... I don't know. Like, the Raspberry Pi above it, like, literally, the Raspberry Pi above it didn't even hit, like, 55, so... Because the Raspberry Pi starts complaining about heat once it hits 60, but it actually is fine until about 85, I think, is when you like when they start to actually like not work well. People think things need more cooling than they need a lot of the time, I think. Like, as long as you got good hardware. Like, stepper motors are good to like 100C. Like, good ones are. So that should be good there. Let's test tight. Okay. Now, remount my controller board. Actually, before I do that, let me hook the power up. I actually have room. Okay, so go there, go there. Wires don't touch. We're good. We're good. We're good. Where is this guy? Okay, that's that. And then there's these two. So one of the downsides with this board is it's modeled after the Raspberry Pi for screw mounting, right? So it has, you know, the same hole spacing as the Raspberry Pi. The downside of that is the Raspberry Pi uses 2.5 millimeter screws, not M3s. So these holes that I'm screwing into are exactly 3 millimeters. So you can use 3 millimeter hardware. As you can see, I am using 3 millimeter hardware, but you on paper should be using 2.5 millimeter. But I don't know if they make, I'm pretty sure they make these little standoffs in 2.5. I'm assuming they do, but I don't have any. So what I went and did is if you force a screw through, it'll cut its own threads and it'll go through the hole. So I just kind of threaded them a little bit. Tap the high hole. Exactly. I legit ran a tap through them, pretty much. So one thing I forgot to add, I'm going to add some holes in here for zip ties so you can actually zip tie the wires. Although they sit pretty nice and pretty right now. So I'm not super concerned with that, but that is something I will, in the final version, I will have tie down points for the zip ties for the wires. It's tight. Let me plug that back in. Oh great, I broke the other end. Dang it. These don't want to snap on too well. I'm gonna have to reprint those. Dang it. 1 second here. Poop. Yeah, they deformed. Yeah, I'm gonna have to reprint those. I think I have them on this computer. It's not a long print. Pretty sure I have them. Yeah, I do. Yep, I do. Okay, 23 minutes. 23 minutes? How the heck is this a 23-minute print? Freaking min layer time on such a small print. 21 minutes. Ugh. Whatever. Get the rest of it back together. Not a big deal. I'm to the jetpack extruder. It's still there. Actually, it's a small print. We'll just YOLO it. There we go. Okay. Dang it. So I will take this apart now. That kind of sucks. So now we're going to have to wait 20 minutes. I can't remember what I used to print these in. I think they're like some nylon, but they deform under the heat. Like they got all mushy. See? So I gotta redo them. Which we're gonna take the time to fix my EVA, because the same thing happened to that. My fan duct, whatever this I think I used the same CF nylon that I originally used in Toasty that had the heat creep issues. Because my EVA duct is drooping a bit low. Is there a giveaway? No. I don't do giveaways every stream. Not a fan of doing that. I like giveaways, don't get me wrong. I like giveaways, but I don't do giveaways every stream. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out why this has worked. Put more beef in the EVA. Yeah, it just doesn't want to... No, it didn't. That didn't melt. It just sits crooked. Why is my EVA crooked? Something is crooked on my EVA. Yeah, it's crooked. How is my EVA crooked? How do you put this together crooked? It's got like 50 parts in it. Yeah, the one duct drags on the print. The whole thing's crooked. How do you have a crooked EVA? Twist it? I don't even know how. There's like, why are there 80 screws in this thing? No, you can't get it without taking the whole bloody thing apart. Yeah, whatever. How's the bed heating up? Crooked heat sets? No, actually I swapped out some of those heat set parts to just hex ones. So I had to reprint some stuff and I kind of just said screw it. Are the EVA ducts supposed to not be equal? Like, is one supposed to be lower than the others? Like, I can kind of fix it, maybe. When in doubt, drill it out. Can't drill it out. Can't get in there because of the fan. Yeah, see, that's lower than the nozzle. What the heck is going on? Yeah, I gotta reprint that. I don't know why that drooped. I know, you can kind of see it. This nozzle, and only that one, for the fan, or duct, is like low. Big time. Nothing's pushing on it, it's just low. Be up like that. I don't know what's going on there. Have I seen the positron? I think so. Oh, that's the upside down one. Really cool. At first, everyone was so excited when it first came out, and then nothing. Like, there was the video of it. It looked really cool. Personally, I think it's kind of impractical. It's a showpiece printer, I think. It's something that's, you know, cool to show off, but it's not like an everyday printer, I think. Looks cool. And a lot of proprietary stuff. Side routing the heater cables over the extrusion. I could do that. Then why would you have holders for it under the extrusion? You got zip tie holders for it right there. Is it supposed to go over? Like, I'm just gonna reprint the duct. I'm just gonna hack it for now and reprint it, but print it in ABS. Yeah, you got zip tie holders all the way up the side there. Is that Pi 02? Yep. So in the meantime, we're just gonna make this work. There we go. Little hardware modification. Idea do know. Thank you for becoming a member. So now we got like 20 minutes to kill. Now we got 20 minutes to kill. Because we got to print some new little clips. Because I don't think I have... It's the drag chain ends. I don't think I have extras. That's my thing. Because I've used drag chains a bunch, but I've used the clips on everything. So I've had like lots of little extra pieces left over, and that's what we're using here. So I can't get this all zip tied up though. Yeah, because these broke. So we'll get some zip ties in here, make it look all clean. NVMe drives for what? Alternate fan ducts. That is an alternate fan duct. That is a lower, a higher duct, because the original one dragged right on my print. Never killed. I've had one SD card die on me in a Raspberry Pi in 4 years of printing. And it was like a random no-name brand card. And all my printers have Raspberry Pis because I run Clipper on all my printers. So, yeah. And while I try to remember to always, shut them down properly, yeah, I forget all the time. Oh, here's a washer of some sort. Oh well. Am I missing a washer on my bed standoffs? Let me check. I am. Shoot. I gotta take that off. Oopsie doodles. Uh-oh, where'd I put that washer? Oh, it's over there. Okay, good. Oh, this is going to be annoying to do. That washer out. Get that there. I gotta loosen the other ones. Oh, I wish these just screwed into the carriage. I'm assuming those nylon washers are there for, so you can, like, adjust the bed level, I think. That's what they're for. Not 100% sure. Fabrico! 50! Thank you, appreciate it. Nothing like an Euro 3D stream while at work. Shouldn't you be working? Oh, wait, you're your own boss. Which, I seen that picture you posted of all the RATRIG stuff. So, good thing you got that new location with all the room. Okay, where'd the standoff go? Did I? Oh, there it is. Hey, Miss Doggo. No, he poked his head in the room and then he left. So I'm going to go hunt him down and be like, yo, dog, I need you here to... How's the print coming? Oh, the print's printing. Cool. I need him to distract you guys for a bit because we got to wait on replacement parts to print. There we go. I am hungry. I gotta start actually eating before this stream when I do it early in the day. I always get hungry on these Tuesday streams. I do have some Swedish and Czech candy though. So I'll probably dig into that. There we go. Okay. So now we're just waiting on these replacement parts to print. So might as well keep the printer on its side there. I see 3D ABS really stinks. So I've never printed that stuff. Coda. Nope. No doggo. But I do have Toffo originals, which are pretty much were their originals. I need to be sponsored by an energy bar company. I'm waiting on G Fuel. Where'd that G Fuel at? I'm a streamer. I think I qualify for a G Fuel sponsorship, I believe. I have an SKR PICO with a Raspberry Pi 02 with fluid, and I want to use input shaper. Nope. Do I need another Raspberry to control it? Or no, the Pi 02 is powerful enough to run input shaper. You're good. Have you heard of the BL Touch intermittently stick and open or close after time and enclosed printer with printing ABS? BL Touch is sensitive to temperature, if I'm not mistaken. I don't have a BL. Oh, I have a BL Touch. I used it for a week, and then I stopped using it because I really actually didn't like it too much. So I don't use BL Touches. So I don't have any real personal experience with them. Yep, that's good there. Just waiting on the print to finish for some replacement parts. Is that unplugged? Yes, it is. We're good. BL Touch aren't really effective at 50C. That makes sense. I just remember it being finicky. I had one. I never got it to work properly, and I was just I just gave up on it. I literally went to just manually leveling my bed. And that was on my Voron V1.5. I just said screw it and manual level. Oh, this is gonna be fun. How am I gonna get that in there? I think I can. Oh yeah, because that's gonna be fun to get that lid on. Well, those line up. Yeah, if you're curious. That's it on right there. There's a little bit of gap around the outside. That's pretty close. I can bring that in. I didn't want it to be perfectly tight, just in case there are some variants with printing. And you do need, if you're blowing air in, the air's got to go somewhere. So there's that, but I'm going to have to bring that in. I just didn't want to get too, like too tight. So you can see there is a bit of a gap there. So it'll be fine. It's such a small print, I can't speed it up. Because, you know, unlike a speed benchy, I need this to actually be, you know, pulled together. Running abrasives in a V6 with a titanium heat break, that'd probably be fine. I personally would go with a titanium heat break on a V6, just altogether. It's a better heat break. Actually, that's the thing. If you plan on printing a ton of abrasives, a V6 is actually a very solid option because the heat break is thicker. The very thin heat breaks in like mosquitoes and dragons and whatnot apparently will wear through eventually if you print a lot of abrasives. So. Just checking the Twitters. If you're not following me on Twitter, at 3DPNero, make sure you're following me. French cleats only work 90% of the time. They go on strike the other 10%. I understood that reference. Oh, come on. Yeah, I might have to fiddle this because I got to figure out how to get the drag chain going over it. Yeah, that's going to be fun to get it in there. Hopefully it works. Yeah. Look at that. Sparkle. Shiny. Print looks good. And, oh no, the VFAs. Oh, it looks horrible. Look at, oh my god, the VFAs. And the top, which is printed on the bottom. Textured with sparkle looks awesome. It's like a nice matte finish. Thanks for liking me. Oh, that's your printer. You did a good job. Oh, I seen I got like 20 notifications, and that's from that. Sparkles. Yep. Oh, it's issue 6. Oh, issue 6. Oh. You're telling me my cheaply built home CNC machine it isn't as, you know, rigid as a cast iron with a ways and ground ways CNC machine? Oh my god. I feel like I got something on the bed. Come on, I was hoping to be printing by now. That ABS? Yeah, it's ABS. That's pretty much all I print. Like 90% of what I print is ABS. Maybe put a bigger chamfer on that too. Yeah, no warping. Doing a king rune? When it shows up, apparently they're sending me one. We'll see. And then apparently Tronxy has like an equivalent, and they want to send me one. And I said sure, but they want like a contract, and I'm like, what the hell do you mean by contract? And I haven't gotten back to them, or I haven't heard back since I said that. Like a contract, what? Like I'll do a contract where it's like, yeah, I agree to, you know, review your printer and have a video out by X date, but you get no say what I say. If your printer is poo-poo, I'm allowed to say your printer is poo-poo. Time to start ordering parts for a bigger printer. How big? If you want to go over 300 millimeters of Z, V2. Trident's not meant to be a tall printer. It's got integrated lead screws. Like that Trident right there. This has 250 millimeters of Z. This printer next to it, that is like 4 inches taller, has 380 millimeters of Z. So this would be up here. That's a Trident, that's a V2. KPS3, yeah. Or you can go V-Core. If you want to go if you want to go to the 500mm type printers, RATRIG V-Core, it's built heavier duty. It's got 9mm belts on the XY. It's a beefier machine. It's a bigger machine. It's a heavier machine, but it's built to be that. KP5, Kingdom 5. What is KP5? Yeah, KPS3. I have a KPS3 on the way, apparently. KP5. Oh, this thing. Didn't Joel play with one of these? Oh, they got... I hate when they do that. They got that integrated... Is it... Are they doing that thing where this right here is your bundle of wires and also your Bowden? I hate when they do that. Like a proprietary connector. It's also expensive. How much is it? See, the KPS3 is 180. The KP5L is 400. And then there's the 5M, which is 300. I don't know. Look at the base. The base is just like a piece of acrylic. I don't know. KP6. Ooh, resin machine. They're all the same. Are we done? Are we done? What are we at? 5 minutes ago. Dang it! So we'll get this installed. We'll make sure the fan works, and then we'll print a cube or something and call it a day. Have I thought about my old job? They reach out to see how you're doing. I've talked to like a couple people, but they've never remember, it's a company that got bought out by like a investment firm a couple years ago. So like there's no soul left in the building. Like that's all gone. Now it's just, you know, a job. I do think about it. I think about how awesome it is not being there anymore. That part's nice. And it's all thanks to you guys and gals and dudes and dudettes and peoples. Although, according to the YouTube statistic, 99.3% of you are dudes. Hurry up. Yeah, would not be able to be a YouTuber if it wasn't for you guys. Although, that's kind of fair to anyone in content creator. If you didn't have an audience, you really wouldn't be able to do it. That's just kind of how it works. But you guys allow me to punch above my weight for a channel of this size, so thank you. You're awesome. That's right, you are awesome. Almost as awesome as lttstore.com. Does YouTube bring food for the fridge? It pays the mortgage. The resin stealth burner has been fine. It's been like I'm saying no cracking in it, which that's a common issue with resin. Resin cracks in a warm environment after a while, but there's no force on it, so it's kind of just chilling. So the Revo's chooching away. I do have a Revo mount, so the Micron, we are putting a Revo in it. I did print off the Revo mount for the mini stealth burner, which, oh hey, mini stealth burner. If you haven't seen that yet. I make very worthwhile content. Thank you. I gotta do a video this week. I think I'm just gonna go through and do all the questions you guys asked. I did a video series on installing Clipper on anything, and I went through like it's a 3-part series. That should have been a 2-part series, but I spent way too much time talking in one part. Or is it a 4-part series? I can't remember. Either way, if you have any Clipper specific questions, go to one of those videos and ask them in the comments. I'm gonna go through a bunch of those questions, and I'm gonna answer a bunch of them. So. Had to make dinner. What did you miss? We're waiting on a part to finish printing because I broke it. So Why printing so mailed? It's tech. It just, it is what it is, unfortunately. It's like, I worked in a tool shop. There were 100+ people on the floor, not a single woman. Every now and then we'd have one that would work, like come in, work, or go into the office, or like get hired, work for a couple months and leave. Like, it just is what it is. The input shaper video was helpful. That's good. No, they were all nice. Nothing but compliments to them. More on the machining side than on the mold making side. I was a mold maker. I didn't run a CNC, so there's a few on the CNC side over the years. A lot of them either like just got out of the trade, or when ended up going into the office for like engineering or something. Tech in general is a sauce. Yeah, it is what it is. How many big female 3D printer YouTubers are there? You got Naomi Wu. Who else? There's what's her name? Zyla Foxland. There's a few. Billy Rubin, Geeky Faye. I'm just trying to think off the top, like the ones I see on Twitter, but there's just not many. It is what it is. And of them, only like Naomi Wu's the only one with like a major YouTube channel. Well, no, Zyla has a pretty. Zyla's channel is pretty big, I think. It just unfortunately it is what it is. People watch what they want to watch, and you can't help what people watch. Like, it's the masses. It's you know, it is what it is. Aurora Tech. Do I sub to that one? I know YouTube's been really bad at feeding me content on my channel. Mostly hairy guys in their basements. Hey, I'm only like 3 feet in the basement right now. The ground level's here. I do have a beard. I think that's kind of like what you have to do. The moment you become a YouTuber that does tech stuff, you got to grow a beard. It just kind of, I think that's just what you got to do. So. Although technically I started growing the beard before I went full time, so. Where are we at? What are we at? What are we at? 1 minute. I think 3D printing is still focused on the tech, not the make. That's the thing. Like, everyone for, you know, there was that whole thing. Everyone's gonna have not everyone's gonna have a 3D printer. These are not household machines. These are basically the equivalent of an easy to get into CNC. Okay, so you're gonna see people have CNC or these the same way you have people that have drill presses or have, you know, Bridgeports or lathes or other types of like more than, you know, a drill type tools. So most people have one of these in their house. Most people don't have a drill press. Same thing as a 3D printer. It's, you know, it's just another tool. Some people need them, some people don't. Some people use them as a hobby, some use them for work. It's just, it is what it is. Sanity, we cannot grow beard. Not with that attitude. I believe in you. You can grow that beard. You could do it. It's not the beard on your face, it's the beard in your heart. Print's done. Okay. Okay, flip you on over. And now we gotta attach this. So, where are all my screws? I got 2 here. I don't know where the other 2 went. Yeah, inspirational speech. And then you're gonna laugh when you find out that I'm pretty sure that speech is like word from word verbatim from like Dexter's Lab. I think, was it Action Hank? I think it's the Action Hank speech about beards. I'd pull it up but I'm not a Twitch streamer, so I would get DMCA'd the moment we watch it on this channel. Do I keep all the printers I build? Yes, they're my children. But we'll see. I am giving away one. I do have a V0 that I built that I am giving away. I just gotta wait for E3D to get their Sanjay Foundation thing set up to the point where I can do a fundraiser for it, because that will be a prize. Proprietary beard growth slurry. Where's DFH? He's probably sleeping. Probably fell asleep at work, like, because he just works. That's all he does. That store has ended his free time. One thing I don't like about ball head Allen keys, you can't really get screws started. Like, they don't stay on the end, so you can't just kind of put the screw on and put it in. There we go. Okay. And I put the wrong one on. Dang it! Put the wrong one on. Now this one gets the male end. Female end goes on the other side. And I lost the screw. Got one screw. Yeah, I know. I've talked with Billy in the past. That's a thing. There's a lot of toxicity in this community, unfortunately. But here's the thing: any hobby community, there's toxicity. You're not going to get away from it. It just, unfortunately, it is what it is. People are idiots. How is that screw not going in? Do I have a standard? Is this a standard screw? Yep. How the heck did I cross-thread a hex nut? How do you cross-thread a heat set? I am not a smart man. Okay, so that goes there. You gotta be careful setting this on so you don't snap it. So these actually in PTG would probably be a bit better, but it is what it is. Okay, so that goes there. Okay, put this up and put the other end on. You're just applying nature's Loctite. Exactly! It's free Loctite. This is the problem using the... I can't use the overhead cam on this build because X gantry blocks everything. Okay, and then that goes. There we go. Now, oh no, I can't remember which wire goes in which hole for the heater. Wait a minute. I will say getting these. There we go. Just plugging the heaters back in. Okay. And we got our thermistor with one of the pins fell out. Oh no. Hope I put it in the right way. Yeah, this is the one annoying thing with this board is the fact that the plugs are on the side and you can't really, like... Ah. Get in your hole. On wiring a probe, do you use 5 volt or? Well, it depends. Depends on the probe. Some probes are 5 volt, some are higher voltage than that. If it's a 5 volt probe, use a 5 volt. Use 5 volts. If it's not a 5 volt probe, don't use 5 volts. Okay, so we got that. And now I gotta put a zip tie in there. Now, remember, whenever you have drag chains, and you got wires going through drag chains, you're supposed to have a zip tie on both ends. Like, you are supposed to have a zip tie on both ends. Like, the wire's not supposed to be super free in there. So I do have zip tie mount holes where everything mounts them in this design. Go. So perfect. Okay, so we got to put this in here. So let me turn it on and make sure we get fan spin. Okay, so that one's just going to go there. So let me at least make sure we get actual, that fan spins. So I don't know if I have that fan set up in the config yet, so. Okay, you know the drill. Good, no sparks. Okay, let me check on chat. How's everyone doing? Working on trying to build, then a V01 and getting a few upgrades. I just ordered LBO switchwire kit from Pretty Solid. Nice. David's a good dude. I also have a box full of Sorter 3D Sparkle ABS. Nice. When in doubt, try 5 volt first. Yeah, if it's a PL08, those go up to... There we go. Machine, printer.cfg. So we got fan, heater fan, controller fan at 45 for the bed. Okay, so that's that fan. So if I turn the bed to 45, yeah, this fan is on. Look at that blue LED. it's not spinning. Okay. I'm gonna have to put some standoffs there. Oops. Okay, so let's see if I can fix that quickly. Yeah, I gotta put some standoffs. That is a little too tight. It's okay, live and learn. Try again. There we go. Let me play you the song of my people. BHP it. You know what? You know what? You know what? Chicken butt. Cicada fan. Exactly. Or I just get longer screws and use a washer. One washer. Two washers. Yep, so I'm totally going to have to adjust this now, but live and learn. It is what it is. Iterative design. Exactly. That's the joy of 3D printing. You just, try again. Make a few tweaks. Export STL. File print. There we go. Okay. Oh yeah, that's plugged in. Okay, so now. There we go. God, this fan moves like nowhere. But it looks cool. Okay, so turn off the printer. And now we gotta install the box. So how did I figure this out? How was I gonna do this? So if I come in, aha! Oh no! Oh no! Aha! Like a glove? Hey, yeah, yeah. Yeah. screws. And these are just M3/8s. Really, you don't really need the lid. Like, functionally, this controller board runs pretty good with just ambient air. The real big reason you want the lid is you don't want shit falling on your controller. You don't want it open to the world. Idea why I use a spider coupler instead of a spring coupler. Spider coupler, like here, because that's what came with the kit. Spring coupler, I think, isn't the better one. I think this kind of coupler is better, like, if I'm not mistaken. Although, to be fair, you really want an integrated lead screw. Any connector just has a chance of adding a failure point or a weak point in something. Hey, let's print something. Okay. So we got that. I need some filament. I need some filament. What kind of funky filaments do I got? Oh, I already used. Yeah, you know what? Let's do the purple. I haven't used the purple yet. Use some Galaxy Purple from Sparta 3D. No cooling required. Oh, no, that's just the silk screen failing. Because they probably didn't clean it properly before applying it. And swap mine out for an integrated. That would probably be something I would, if I was self-sourcing this machine, that's how I would have gone. Okay, so heat the bed up to 60 and the hot end to 210. It works. Also use a spring coupler with good results as long as you add a ball bearing inside so the lead screw sits on a ball bearing. Yeah. Have I ever done a Core XY mod? No, I have not. I have not. Okay, printer. Where's V-MINION? V-MINION 180. There we go. Generic PLA RATRIG. And that. Load up a Nero cube. Slice. So we're just going to let this print, and then that'll be the end of the stream once the print's done. There we go. What size heat sets? It's the Voron ones. It's the 354 ones. They're 4 millimeters long, 5 millimeters wide with a 3 millimeter ID. Let's swap out the filament. There we go. And actually, while we're doing that, I'll get that new fan duct printed. So, 226. Get you here up. Oh, no, I hit the wrong button. I hit retract. I didn't mean to hit retract. Why did my delete key fall off? There we go. So Eva, cool head. Get that going. Upload and print. And get my cube going. There we go. So ducts, where are the ducts? Add-ons, layer cooling. So I want the, is it the safe one? Which one's higher up? There's one that's higher up. Oh, narrow high. This one. Yeah. There we go. I gotta update this version of Super Slicer. This is an outdated one, I think. A guide on the silicone. I have, I thought I did a video on that. Don't I have a video on the bed already? Jeez, I have a lot of videos. I'm pretty sure I did a video on the bed. Playlist. Oh, that's 3D how-tos. Yeah. There you go. Yeah, here we go. There you go. That's how you do it. Yeah, I think I also did it when I did put this bed together. Can I bring this camera down lower? I can. There we go. No, it's a Vinda probe, which is basically a Super Pinda. Nero cooking, I'd watch that. Hey, if somebody wants to get a hold of HelloFresh, and if they want to sponsor a cooking stream, I'll do it. Oh, it's printing. It's printing the cube because I'm doing the fan duct and ABS on that machine. Sourdough. I never got into that. When Rona started, everyone was doing their bread, and I never did that. I never got into the bread thing when Rona started. Printing grill. Ooh. Yeah, Stefan did a sous vide steak. Because here's the thing, 100C, can you cook an egg on a printer bed? Yeah, you can do an egg on a printer bed. Problem is, I'd be worried about actually like contaminating it. Making a mess. B2's ready. So yeah, if you need to like keep bread or something at like a stable temperature, you set your bed to that, close the printer up, and you're good to go. Cook a soup on the printer bed. G-code to stir it. Honey can draw the grill marks. Here, let's speed this up. What are we at right now? What speeds are we pushing on this thing? Estimate. Speed requested. Let's bump the speeds up. Let's go to 150. Although I think what's our printer? Yeah, we're limited to 3000 Excel on this thing. I gotta bump that up, but that's rookie numbers. I don't know, have I? Oh shoot, I don't think I've run Input Shaper on this yet either. Yeah, I need to run Input Shaper on this. I haven't run Input Shaper on this printer yet. Any long-term issues for blue and linear rails? Nope. How's everything holding up? Seems to be good. Now the question is, how hot is everything machine? Raspberry Pi is at 35 degrees Celsius, so we're good. 25K Excel on the V-Minion. I don't push my machines that hard. Like, the amount of time savings you get going from like a fast profile to a stupidly fast profile isn't really that much at the end of the day. Oh hey, yeah, this is printing a duck. I forgot about that. $6 a.m. in Australia. Good morning. That is early. Okay, so I gotta fix this. So we gotta fix this. Go folder top, isolate. And isolate. Isolate. There we go. So while that is doing that, I'm going to be fiddling around with some CAD. I just pushed my poor Chi 2 V6 board yesterday. It fell down and cried at 650. Oof, that's fast. The Choco printers seem way over. They do. I've seen a few, like, there's a few of them out there, and they just seem very. The problem is they're food safe. That's the thing. You have to make something food safe, and I'm pretty sure there's like certifications and whatnot involved in that, and that's what gets them pricey, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, don't be talking about Kinder Surprises. Americans aren't allowed to have them, and we have Americans in the audience here. Did you design a USB connection in the electronics box to ADXL on the Pico? You can attach USB to the Pico, but you got to use like something like this. You got to use like an adapter. So no, I didn't bother. Like, you can just take the lid off if you want to do it. Okay. So we got to fiddle with this. So this is what I got to fiddle with. So I'm going to basically indent all of this so that the fan is okay. Yeah, so I'll fiddle with that tonight. But I do want to get this pushed public so people can actually use it. Although it is finicky getting it on with that drag chain there. But it is what it is. Americans aren't allowed to have Kinder Surprises. If you try to, like, it's hilarious. It's a running joke. But if you can't have a Kinder Surprise in the U.S. They are illegal. Bigger fan hole. Yeah, I gotta make a bigger fan hole, and I gotta make it so it doesn't rub. Well, no, the reason they're not allowed Kinder Surprise, it's actually a very simple thing. There's a law in the U.S. that simply states you are not allowed to have non-edible things inside edible things. So if you sell food, you are not allowed to have anything in the food that is non-edible, right? Because, you know, that's just the law. It makes sense, right? You can't put like toys inside candy, and kid accidentally eats the candy and chokes on the toy. It's meant for, like, it's a food safety law. But the thing is, a Kinder Surprise is a massive egg inside of a thin chocolate wall, right? Nobody's gonna eat the whole Kinder Surprise in one go and not realize there's something in there. But it gets caught up in that no unedible things inside edible things law. So that's why they can't have it. Fortune cookies. Paper is edible. Yeah, prizes in cereal are outside the bag of cereal. I honestly, I swear, I probably still have my Roller Coaster Tycoon disc from that box of Cheerios back in the day. Need to be reminding coffee is hot. Hey, that lady who got burned by McDonald's got, like, severely burned. Like, she needed, like, major, like, skin grafts and whatnot. So. But yeah, no, it's cover your ass laws, right? You slap the caution hot sticker on it. So that way if somebody burns themselves, they can't sue you. Because, hey, we put the warning on there. Yeah, the McDonald's was basically repeatedly told not to serve the coffee at that temperature, but they kept serving at that temperature because it stays fresher longer, so they don't have to make hot pots as often. So they served coffee that literally, like, scalded the skin off her lap. Like, she got like, go look it up. She got severely injured, and she sued McDonald's for literally just the medical costs. And McDonald's brought her to court over it and, like, refused. And so the judge said, you know, we're gonna make an example of you. But yeah. Yeah, that whole thing was actually, like, a legit thing. But everyone jokes, it's like, oh, coffee's hot. It's like, coffee was scalding. We're gonna do this, and then we'll carry on with the V-Minion. Actually, while we're here, I'm gonna drill some holes. I forgot, I gotta drill up the bed. Where'd I put it? Oh, it's under the filament. So, They changed the design of the bed for the V-Minion. Originally, it used the same 3-hole mounting pattern that the V0 uses, so it's the same bed. But because of design change, it now bounced basically like the V2 bed. So I got to drill 4 holes in it. So there's a printable template for it. How much variance in the bed mesh? I don't know. Let's take a look. Probably a lot. I haven't leveled this bed at all. Oh yeah. Variance 0.8 millimeters. The bed mesh will take care of it. I wish I had a drill press. I really wish I had a drill press. I need to get one. How the heck is it? Because it's a bed mesh. It meshes the bed. That's how bed meshes work. Wow, I need to get some better drill bits. Where am I? Oh, my better drill. Yeah, they're in the garage. Shoot. Yeah, I'll do that later then. Yeah, the coffee lids were bad. Oh god, even now, when I go get like a Timmy's coffee, when I rarely do, the lids are barely on. The gantry is crooked. The gantry is crooked or the bed's crooked, one or the other. Either way, I gotta fix it still. I gotta get my gauge blocks and fix it properly. Or my 1, 2, 3 blocks from work. I still gotta go pick up my toolbox. It's just sitting there. There's an STL for a Dremel drill press. Yeah, but you're not gonna be able to actually put force on that thing, really. No, I haven't gone and got it. I'll probably this weekend. Problem is, I don't have a truck. So I gotta like go there and like take all the tools out, bring the tools home, then go back, and then get the truck because I gotta put it on its side to fit it in the escape. So. What's a 1, 2, 3 block? It's a block of metal that is 1 inch by 2 inch by 3 inch. Exactly. It's used for like setups and like keeping things parallel. Like there's a ton of uses for it. Home desk spot. Yeah, I don't want to rent some. Work is literally like 5 minutes from my house. I don't want to rent. I don't want to drive half an hour to go rent something for a 5-minute drive. XL is set for Q3 this year. Nice. Did they announce anything, or is that just... I remember there was a blog post a while ago. Was that in there? Okay, what is a metric 1, 2, 3 block called? I'll get my Steam. I didn't order Steam. See, here's the thing. Like, I don't even have a laptop. Oh, actually, no. I lied. I have a laptop. Let me find my laptop. Ugh. This is my laptop. It is a ThinkPad, Lenovo ThinkPad. It's a X201 ThinkPad. This is my laptop. Doesn't even have a charge. No. I don't use a laptop. I don't go anywhere. Actually, I probably will need this when I go to Murph or something. But yeah, I don't go anywhere, so I don't really need a laptop, so I don't have a Steam Deck, because like I would just sit at my computer and play. 25.5 75 25.50 75 block. 20, 40, 60 block go. Doesn't roll off the tongue like a 1, 2, 3 block. And then 2, 4, 6 blocks, and like, yeah. Use Johnson gauges. See, I don't hear that name, so we just call them gauge blocks here. Extra one. I bought that like 4 years ago for like 50 bucks. And it's like the only laptop I use, because it's good enough, like... let me find the charger for it. Because here's the thing, like, I got it literally for the printer room. I wanted a laptop for the printer room down here. And this is back before I streamed and all that. I just wanted a cheap laptop. And it was cheap, it was compact. And yeah. But it's got a first gen i5. I think it has 8 gigs of RAM in it, or 6 gigs of RAM. I can't remember, because I stole some RAM out of an old laptop I had to throw in here. And then in just a 120 gig SSD. I can send you something if you want to. Oh, Ben, yes. If you want to, man. I'm probably gonna have to look for something come Murph. But yeah. 3 days of updating. No, it's got an SSD. It boots up pretty quick. But yeah, it's got a first gen i5 in it. Do I have a password on it? I do have a password on it. But no, it's a, it's a, I don't even know if it's a 1080p screen, really. But it's, good enough for what I needed it for at the time, which was literally just looking up stuff on the internet and playing music when I was down here. The only downside is I can't do CAD. They're called parallel blocks. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that makes sense. Thanks, Ben. T480. Yeah, because the problem with this is it can't do CAD. Like, it doesn't have, like, it's got an integrated GPU. What's the Windows command to, like, bring up all your info on a computer? Parallel blocks. I've heard that term. Yeah, it's got an i5 M540. 6 gigs of RAM and 120 gig SSD. And Windows integrated graphics. That's the bad part. That's the part that doesn't work. Is the integrated graphics. Nope, Discord. I don't need you to launch Discord. Close Discord. But yeah, it's just, it's just a small, little, cheap laptop. Battery lasts like 2 or 3 hours on it. It was fine when I got it. I just don't use it because I don't need it. Do CAD on a notebook with integrated. It's not that bad. This one can't launch Fusion. Like, let me try and launch Fusion. I don't even know if I have Fusion installed on here. I know FreeCAD barely worked. Yeah, I don't have Fusion on here. It does. I tried installing Fusion. It doesn't meet the minimum requirements for Fusion. The thing is, integrated graphics from when this came out are a lot different than integrated graphics today. Today's integrated graphics aren't bad. Back in the GMA 900 days and Intel 3000 graphics days, those integrated graphics were not good. Yeah, I have FreeCAD on here and it barely runs if I'm not mistaken. Let me pull it up here. Yeah, the first gen i5s had bad integrated, yeah. Yeah, FreeCAD 0.18 on here. Yeah, let me try and open something. And it froze. Off to bed. Oh, come on. Run it remotely. I guess I could do that. I've never actually done that. Like, run anything remotely. Yep. FreeCAD not responding. Crash FreeCAD trying to open up a V0 CAD file. What do I think of the Stellantis plus LG EV plant? Probably be good. Like, you know, if those people that work there can actually work, because, like, I think they've been... that plant has been on shutdown for the longest time. But no, if it works, it works. Good for them if it works out. But yeah, I think I paid like $50 for this laptop on eBay. You can get old Lenovo's like pretty cheap on eBay. This was like a school notebook from like the Philippines or something. Came with like 4 gigs of RAM. It had a 4 gig RAM stick and I threw another 2 gig RAM stick in it. Yeah. FreeCAD crashed. Yeah. You have a nozzle wipe in your resume print macro? I do not. Usually if I have to pause a print for something, I usually try to do it while doing infill, so that any ooze just kind of gets stuck inside the print and you don't see it. On main computer, remote desktop in, if you have a Windows Pro, the trick adding exactly the Steam library and use remote play with it. I don't know. See, I got this because it was small too. I wanted something small. And then I threw a bunch of stickers on it that I had at the time. So, I don't know. I bought one of those sticker packs off AliExpress of like 100 stickers and just kind of threw them on. Let it charge up. Oh yeah, that printer's printing. I forgot about that. A T470. Ooh, awesome. I have no idea what that is. I gotta look that up. I do appreciate that a lot, Ben, though. Thanks. That's kind of the advantage of having old hardware available. Like that's one thing I miss now is I had access to bridge ports and CNC, well, not CNCs, but like bridge ports and all kinds of that stuff at work, and now I don't anymore, and it sucks. What's that got? i5, DDR4. Okay, it's DDR4. That's better than DDR2 and that shit. Or actually, no, that might be DDR3. I can't remember. No, it's DDR3. Yeah. Just make sure to cram all the RAM. That works. No, I had that. Before that, the last laptop I had an EPC. The very first generation of EPC. I had one of those. The netbook, the very first netbook, or the first popular netbook. So I had that. And then I had like another Asus netbook. And that's it for laptops. Because I just didn't need, like, I used my college for taking notes and surfing the internet in class, and that was about it. So. Although I will admit, my very first personal computer, like my own, was a laptop, but it was like a desktop gaming laptop at the time. It was an AMD Athlon 3400 Clawhammer single core CPU. It had 2 gigs of RAM and a 9700 Pro, an ATI Radeon 9700 Pro. And it came with Half-Life 2 for free. EPC can, oh God, I don't have that computer anymore. It is long gone. It died. Well, the battery died, and then I bought a replacement battery for it, which I think fried it. Am I off work voluntarily? Yeah, I quit. I'm a YouTuber. It is what it is. It probably could run clip, or actually no. You know what? That thing had a single core 630 megahertz Celeron. So I'm pretty sure a Raspberry Pi would be faster. Yeah, the very first EPC, it had like, it was like an 8-inch screen. It was like I think it was like a 480p screen on it too. It was like 720 by like 360 or some really oddball resolution. Wait, touchscreen. What? Cram all the RAM in. One question, touchscreen or no touchscreen? I don't use touchscreens, so probably not. 800 by 480. Yeah, it had some, actually, wait, one second, I had a video on my YouTube channel about it, or not about it. Let me find it here. Yeah. How's the Minion working so far? Working pretty good. Other than the fan duct having to be reprinted because it warped. Any crimping shirts in a long sleeve? Yeah. There's my running Eve Online. Yeah, that's what it had. It had a 630 megahertz Celeron. It was overclocked to 900. 2 gigs of DDR2 RAM, and it had an 8 gig SSD with an 8 gigabyte flash card. This was in 2009, Windows XP. It came with Linux. I remember it came with like a very basic install of Linux, like some custom Linux. So you could run, like everyone ran like a really cut down version of XP and that EVE Online Apocrypha. You could run the old client and you could spin around and station at like 10 FPS. Yeah, look at that frame rate. Oh yeah. I would have to like, I remember back then when you played EVE, you had to, when your skills were up, you had to like you couldn't queue up another skill. So I would have to use this at like school or something when I was in college to log in and change my skills. Okay, you want a long sleeve shirt with crimp? It ain't easy. I can do that. Give me a second here. Long sleeve tee. Add new, your uploads. Crimping ain't easy. And they're gonna have to be lighter shirts. Because dark blue I don't think is gonna work. Yeah, we'll give you the option if you want dark blue. Okay, next. Okay. There will be a long sleeve Crimp It Ain't Easy shirt on the store soon, as long as whenever it updates. I also put a Crimp It Ain't Easy sticker the other day. So if you want a Crimp It Ain't Easy sticker, it should be on the store. So there you go. Crimp It Ain't Easy long sleeve. Because the art is dark, I couldn't do like, I don't know if you want a blue shirt, but there it is. Crimp It Ain't Easy. And then there's a sticker and some other stuff. I'm pretty sure I can have quite a bit on the store. Let me see here. Oh, I closed Stream Elements. Nope, stay open. We need you. We need your bot. My streaming PC. Oh, so for this PC, we built it on stream. But originally I was using that laptop for streaming, and I could do like a 2 megabit upload. It could handle a 2 megabit encode. It wasn't good. But I was using the laptop originally. But right now I'm running a raisin. It's got a raisin in there. It's got a California grape. A Ryzen 3100. 16 gigs of RAM. It's got a GTX 1060, so a 1060 6 gigabyte graphics card. It's my old graphics card. I'm using that for the encoding. The reason for that is I put no stress on my CPU, so if I'm doing any fusion or anything, I'm not doing any stress on it. And this thing doesn't game anyways. But if I wanted to, I could. But it can handle, like right now it does no load. So I'm encoding 1440p 60 fps. I'm uploading to YouTube at 18 megabit, so 18,000 kilobytes per second. And the GPU does all the encoding on NVENC, so that's good there. And then it literally only has like 120 gig SSD in it, because anything I really need to save, I just keep on my home server. So yeah, I gotta update my my description that loads on every video, like, because when you can have like a default description on your videos with YouTube, and I gotta add the merch store link in there. But the thing is, all these streams I reuse the template from the previous stream because I'm lazy. And yeah, hoodie ship, nice. Let me know how the hoodies are, because the hoodies are the only, I've got a shirt in just to test, and I got more shirts on the way. Oh, my home server, it is not good, but it works. It's got a Xeon X5450 in it on a commercial motherboard. Originally, the motherboard had an E8400 that I soft modded and installed a hacked BIOS so I can use an X5450 quad core. It's got like 8 gigs of DDR2 RAM. It's got a graphics card. I think it has a 5770 in it, like the Radeon 5770. Just for, I had to put a graphics card in there so I can actually see what's on it, and also for if I want to use it for Plex for encoding. And then also, I got a 1 terabyte SSD, or 1.6 terabyte SSD that Ben sent. It's using that for its buffer, or I can't remember what it's called. The temporary storage, the swap file, or I don't know, whatever, the fast storage. And then it's got 3 4 gig hard drives, with one of them as the whatchamacallit drive, the parity drive. So I've got like just under 10 gigs of storage in it. So, and it's running Unraid cache. It's not cache, it's let me connect to it. Yeah. I don't know. I think I could show you the Unraid screen. I don't think there's anything on the Unraid screen that like is personal. But yeah, like it ain't good. So there's an X5450. Memory 8 gigs, interface. It's the only, you know, if I could do it, you know, if I was building a proper one, I'd want something faster than 1 gig. Yeah, there's the hard drive. So 2 4 terabytes plus, yeah, a pool. Yeah, cache. So it's a pool and then parity drive. Yeah. So yeah, it is what it is. It works good enough. The only reason I built it is because when I started doing YouTube videos, like actual videos and editing, I record everything in 4K and I keep everything. So everything's on the server. So it's like Linus Tech Tips, where he just hoards everything. I can upgrade those Xeon. I can't really. That Xeon is about as much as I could put in that. I would have to get a new motherboard, which that motherboard is it's running DDR2 RAM. I'm gonna rebuild it eventually. So using less than 1 terabyte. I still have a bunch of stuff on my main desktop that I haven't moved over. Need a Crimpin' Ain't Easy mug. Okay, I will put a Crimpin' Ain't Easy mug on the store then. Give me a second here. Mug. Okay, there's a Cryptidane Easy mug on the store now. I need to actually get that mug. That mug I think I want. Stream for... Well, I probably will stream a new server build whenever I do it, but I'm in no rush. Like, this server, like, yeah, the hardware is horribly outdated. Okay, and it's probably not the most power efficient, but literally all I use it for is Plex, Pi-hole once I actually get around to setting it up, and storage. So it's... The 1 gigabit Ethernet is really the only thing I don't like. I can edit off of it just fine. There's a little bit of stuttering every now and then. But that's really the only thing I'm not super happy with it. My desktop has 2.5 gig. I would like to get 2.5 gig in this, but then I also have to get like a 2.5 gig switch because my router is, you know, it's a Ubiquiti. It's only 1 gig. But yeah. I have to do a server build. If I do a server build, it would just be like a desktop server. Hey, there's the puppy. Are you gonna actually come say hi? Come say hi, Cora. Hey. Hey. Seriously? Hey. Come here. Let's say hi. Jeez. There you go, buddy.
You're fine. You're fine. Right here.
There.
Right here.
Time's done anyway, so I gotta give it a little bit, an hour. Are you happy? Are you happy? Okay. But that's enough. I'm done. Yeah, Greeth, I gotta do that. I gotta update that. I only set the store up like a week or two ago, so... Well, actually, I only had the store public for like a week or two. I just keep forgetting to set that. I'm a horrible at actually, like, monetizing things properly a lot of the time. Lap level... Lap lev? $5, thank you, appreciate it. Doggo, yes, doggo. I have 2 ESX hosts, each dual Xeon, 320 gigabyte RAM. I do not need all that. Holy heck. I do not. I'm getting by with a 12-year-old Xeon right now and DDR2 RAM. I think I don't need that big of an upgrade. If you are an admin that manages 2 data centers, it's what I do. Yeah, that makes sense. It's like me with printers, right? Like, I have 9 Vorons in this room right now. Like, you know, it's what I do. Although that would be like 10, but it's not really a Voron, but it's a Voron. I don't know. Printers are fun. Running a home server for years, but I just dropped it so I got lazy and set up Windows 10 Pro box of the server. I'm really liking Unraid. It's relatively simple. There's easy to add add-ons to. It's on an SD card or a USB thumb drive. So if I want to rebuild it, I just put it in new hardware and just put the thumb drive in and I'm good to go. It just carries over. Told me where to get the Nero 3D Cube phone. What? What cube phone? It's funny, Bell's starting to install internet in our neighborhood now, and they're offering 1.5 gigabit. Bell sucks, I'm not switching, I'm fine with a gig. I don't need 1.5 gig, but the guy came to the door and I'm like, so what router do I get? And they're like, oh, well, you get this one. And it's like, the router that they give you is only a 1 gigabyte router. So they'll put 1.5 gig fiber to your house for internet, but the router itself can only handle 1 gig. And let's be honest, most people's home devices can only do gigabit Ethernet. So, yeah. Time is the Voron Anonymous meeting. If you know, you know. I have a Dell R410 with dual eSIM behind me that's literally not being used. Want it? Maybe it depends. I live in Canada. Shipping to me sucks for a lot of stuff, especially big things. Oh, the Nero Cube is on. Thanks. No, I got MNSI. It's a local company. They are very good. When I lived at home, our family house, we had their DSL for years, and they're very good. I don't know. They've been a very good company to work with for as long as I've been with them. So. You need Wi-Fi 6 and within 10 feet of your router to get 1 gigabit. Yeah, exactly. Most people don't have more than 1 gigabit in their house. So, oh wow, I have 2 gigabit internet. It's like, okay, yeah, but your Xbox doesn't have a 10 gig switch in it. Your PC, if you're lucky, might have 2.5. Most PCs don't have anything better than gigabit in it. So, yeah. Yeah, Ben lives like relatively close in terms of Canadian geography, and he just has stuff that fell off the shelf at work. So he's hooked me up with some computer hardware in the past. Must have 10 gig on your printer. Can you? If I'm not mistaken, the Raspberry Pi 4s, the CM4 has, there's boards you could put CM4s on that have 10 gigabit switches, I believe. So I think you technically could have your printer at 10 gig. Not that you need that. Like, let's be honest, you're uploading a couple 100 megabyte file at most, but you could have 10 gig on your, printer if you really wanted to. I legitimately decommissioned it from work so I could take it home. Yeah, boss, we don't need this anymore. I've already ordered a new one, and I'm just gonna take it out to the garage or the dumpster, and I'll get rid of it. Don't worry. Most are at 2.5, not 10. Is 2.5 now common on desktops? I know my desktop upstairs has it. I don't know if this one does. I don't even know what motherboard I have in here. It's a Gigabyte. The only reason I went with this motherboard, literally, it's a B450, is because I have two PC. It's an MATX motherboard, but I have two PCI Express 16 slots in it. The second one's only X8, but that way, because right now I got a graphics card in it, I got a PCI 1 slot that has a USB 3, like 4 USB 3 port card in it. And then I still have another PCI Express card, because right now I'm running dual cam links, the USB cam links. At some point, if I ever get a third proper camera, I'm going to go to a PCI Express like Elgato card or something with like 4 HDMI in instead of the cam links. But I have that ability to do that. And then also the reason I went with Ryzen is my main desktop upstairs is a Ryzen 3700X. So if I ever upgrade that computer, I can take that Ryzen and put it in here. Could you not do link aggregation? What's link aggregation? No, my computer upstairs has 2.5. It's a mortar. Yeah, this is my desktop upstairs uses this. Which I'm pretty sure has 2.5. Memory, LAN. Where does it actually say? I'm pretty sure it has 2.5. I remember saying audio LAN, one Realtek LAN controller. 2.4. LAN port. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it had 2.5. Or am I reading it wrong? I don't know. Either that or it's like the USB. It was like 10 gigabit USB or something. I don't know. Something. Maybe it was the USB then. Gigabit LAN control. Okay, then yeah. Then it doesn't. I thought it did. Oh, you know what it is? It's the freaking USB. Yeah. See, I just remember reading it. It's the USB is 10 gigabit. That's what it was. I got fast USB. Ooh. Yeah, it's gigabit only. So yeah, I would have to put a card there, and that's the annoying part. Link aggregator to combine multiple Ethernet ports into a single. I only have one gigabit port on that computer, so. Yeah, like my home network's pretty simple. I just have the Ubiquiti router, so my modem or whatever the heck the DS or the cable, the fiber comes in on, that connects to my router, and my router connects to the computers, and that's about it. It's simple. I should put a switch in this room. Just for the thing is, all my printers are Wi-Fi. I have like almost 30 things in my house that are Wi-Fi that are connected. It's stupid how many Wi-Fi devices I have in the house. But yeah, all my printers are Wi-Fi. This thing really doesn't want to focus on it. But just be computer boot. Yep, this is Sparta Galaxy Purple PLA. And this camera doesn't want to focus too well, so it doesn't look the greatest, but it is what it is. Here. What does that do? I can't see either. Have we become home lab? I don't know. Sure. For those that are new to the channel, my streams rarely stay on topic. We usually just kind of hang out and do stuff. Optical net. All I know is it's on my wall. He mounted it in a dumb spot above my in my laundry room. Any comments on the Mellow 3D? I have the Fly Gemini board in order. That's the one that has the, like, basically it has its own separate MCU on, or controller on it, so you can run Clipper directly on the single board. I know somebody who has it. I guess it works fine. So it's not a Raspberry Pi. People think it has a Raspberry Pi. It doesn't. It has a different, it's got like an ARM-based CPU on it, I think. So it runs like a different, it's not running, like it's running like Armbian, or I think, on it. I can't remember. But yeah. We drifted. That's fine. Especially I have some TPE we'll be able to print a cube with, but every time I try to use it, it jams in the afterburner. Any tips? Wait for Clockwork 2. The filament path for flexibles is much improved on Clockwork 2. Gemini has an Armbian. Okay, there you go. What do I think of Creality printers? Some are fine, some are trash. Depends on your budget. I view them like they're like, the Ender 3 is like the Honda Civic of 3D printers. It's cheap, it's relatively reliable, and if you want to work on it, there's parts available everywhere. Ender 7 is stupid. Ender 3 S1 is apparently pretty good. Yeah, it depends. Here's the thing. I wouldn't recommend spending anything near Prusa money on an Ender, because if you're spending near Prusa money, just buy a Prusa, right? Buy a machine that'll just work. As their price goes up, I think their value decreases. Because if you're spending a lot of money on an Ender, don't buy an Ender. But apparently the S1's pretty good. Joel liked his, so. And a few other reviews I seen said it was pretty good, so. I don't have one, though. What do you think of the Prusa XL? It's a printer. Nobody has one, so I can't really say anything about it. I have one on pre-order. So at some point we're gonna have a I owe Papa Joey P a lot of money stream. So we'll figure something out then. I am not looking forward to the bill when that thing finally, I only have to pay for it. They only have like the $200 pre-order in or whatever. I am not looking forward to when I have to pay the rest of it, because it's gonna be like, it's 2,500 US, convert that to Canadian, add 13%, or is it 11 or 13% tax on it, and then shipping. My enders start normal printing on Clipper. That's good. What is the Ferrari? I don't know, some commercial machine. There's a big difference between commercial. Like, here's the thing with 3D printing. There's a big difference between entry level, prosumer, and like commercial. Not doing the 5 tool head. No, I got the dually. Here's the thing. 5 tool head is for people that want to print multiple colors. I do not print multiple colors. Okay. I have an Enraged Rabbit carrot feeder on a printer specifically for multicolor prints. I haven't printed a multicolor print since I did the Bender like months ago, because I just don't print multicolor things. So if I'm getting the Prusa XL with 2 tool heads, I'm using it for multi-material. I don't think I would be printing a lot of stuff with more than 2 materials, because it would pretty much be a support head and a main filament head. So support filament head and a regular filament head, or an infill nozzle and an outer wall nozzle. So I would have like a big fat 0.8 nozzle, or even like a 1 nozzle, and then like a 0.4 nozzle. So that's why I want it. I want it for the dually. I want it for the 2 head for multi-material. I don't need multicolor. So I'm not gonna go buy a bunch of extra tool heads at like $500 a pop for that. Are they 500 a pop? I'm pretty sure they're 500 a pop. Yeah, so 2 tool heads is $24.99. 5 tool heads is $3,500. So yeah, I'm not spending an extra grand on 3 more tool heads. Angus's video on 3D printing. Is it a new video? Oh, TPU and ABS for living hinges. Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, $333 a pop for a tool head. Oof. So I'll get the dually. I think that'll be the more common one. Plus, it's freaking massive. Like, what's the dimensions of this machine? Do they? I'm pretty sure they have something that's. Yeah. So the build volume. So the machine is 80 centimeters by 80 centimeters by 90. So let me find my 80 centimeters. So how many inches is that? 31 and a half inches, because this is inches. So, holy fuck. My biggest printer is the Trident here. This thing is 350 by 350, okay? It is 20 and a half inches. 20 and a half inches. The XL is almost 32 inches. So the XL goes to here. Holy, where the fuck am I gonna put this thing? Where the fuck? Will it fit on my desk? No! My desk is 24 inches. Where the fuck am I gonna put this? Where the fuck am I gonna put this thing? Sorry for the language. Seriously. It's 32 inches. I knew it was big. And it's only got 10 centimeters more print volume than my Trident. Holy hell. Now, now is that size including like the spools on the side? Oh my god, this thing is mad. Okay, including side spooler and top enclosure. Okay, so still it's like 32 inches deep. It won't fit on my desk. Oh, the print finished. It won't fit on my desk. My desk is only 24 inches. It's going on the floor. I'm literally just gonna put it on the floor here. Oh shit, what am I gonna do? What the fuck? Oh god. I did not realize how big it was. Oh shit. Literally, this is 350 by 350 print volume, and it's 20.5 inches. The Prusa XL is 360 by 360 and comes to here. It comes halfway into, almost more than halfway into my V2, my other V2. That's one thing I will give Voron's credit for. One of the things is they are very space efficient machines for their print volume. Like there's not a lot of excess. Like it's trimmed down pretty good. Start building storage racks and go vertical. I can't go vertical. The ceiling's too low here. I literally can't put anything like, see the bunny ears on the mast there? Literally above the bunny ears is the ceiling. Like, there's the ceiling. It's right there. I ain't got room. Oh God, what am I gonna do? I'm really gonna have to figure out, I'm gonna have to get the garage built up or something. I have plenty of time. Yeah, I got to the end of the year. Oh, hey, print finished. Well, I didn't pre-order mine when they first started. I think I pre-ordered mine a couple days after they went live, because you guys kind of made me. And yeah, that's gonna be fun. Thomas 9.99 shovel for the Prusa. Yeah, I'm gonna have to dig a bigger bit. We're gonna have a Nero charity stream that's just gonna be the shovel fund, and we're just gonna, you know, raise money so I could dig my basement bigger. Giveaways, even if I didn't give anything away, I don't have room. None of the desk will fit it. It literally comes to here. It literally comes to like here. Like it sticks out like almost a foot in front of my desk. Oh my God, that is a big printer. Prusa XL, yeah, just give it away. No. I'm gonna have to get Colin Furs on the line and tell him to come dig me a hole. Will it fit through my door? My door is 28 inches. My door is 28 inches. Now, granted, the 32 is with the spool. So as long as the spool holder is more than 4 inches, it'll fit in this room. Comes in parts. I don't know. Are they selling it as kits? There's no option. It'll never... Exactly. We tell people not to build the big Vorons in a small room because it might get stuck, but your Prusa XL is going to live in the room you built it. Oh, shit. The window. Yeah, bring it in through the window. It won't fit through the window, I don't think. Oh, God. Nope. The window's 28 inches tall. Well, there's no option. Oh no, you get semi-assembled and fully assembled. Yeah, I ordered a semi-assembled dually. Oh God. This thing is massive. There's no way this is 32 inches. It's gotta be, yeah. Man, this thing is massive. Okay, so it's 32 inches with spools on both sides. That makes sense, okay? So how big is a spool? So a spool of Prusament. I have Prusament spools somewhere. Well, all spools are the same. So it's like 3 inches, right? So it's 6 inches smaller than that. So it's like, what, 32? It's like 26 inches wide. Okay, it's okay. So it's 26 inches, which is 660 millimeters for you metric folks. Jeez, that's a big printer. Well, I know I'm going to put a Voron in it. I'm going to put that in it, and then I'm going to put the Micron in that or something. Yeah, the 32 I think is with spools on each side, I think. And the height has like the big Bowden. I'm going to have to enclose it too, which is going to be fun. Okay. Okay, so prints are done. Here's the duct. It's black. It doesn't match the color of this printer. Whatever. Shiny sparkle ABS. You can't print ABS overhangs. They don't look good ever. Yeah. And here's our cube, the Nero cube. Nero 3D. This is in some sparkle galaxy purple PLA. There we go. There's the bottom. Muy bueno. Muy bueno. And it's still not enclosed. Yeah, you gotta put a top on it. Print a bigger basement. Exactly. The Pi 1, no, because the Pi 1, remember, even with having the Pi Pico, the Pi Pico is just the MCU. It's not doing any of the calculations. It's the Pi 1 and the Raspberry Pi 0, like 00, doesn't have enough power to actually run the routine to run input shaper. That's the problem. Measurements, yeah, they probably are. It's a mechanical motion system. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? 29.99, 30.06, 30.15. You're fine. Shit, work day, but seeing me now. Aw, thanks. $5, appreciate it. Well, we're pretty much going to end the stream now, I think. I got to go figure out dinner. So we got this done. I'm going to have to tweak the files a bit, and I'll push a final revision to it out public. Maybe not tonight, but tomorrow. We'll see. So in the future, there'll be a link in the description for the electronics case that we put on here. But yeah, so I got to swap this fan out. Turn that off. Well, I didn't turn it off properly. Oh well. So yeah, so we're gonna end the stream here. I will see you guys on Saturday night. No 3 streams this week. I'll try and have a video out though some point this week. Hero cooking stream. Telling you, if you want a cooking stream, you got to get a hold of HelloFresh and get them to sponsor it, and I'll do a cooking stream. So while you're at it, get a hold of G Fuel. I want a G Fuel sponsorship. Make that work too. I totally got room to put the, oh no, if you're sponsored by G Fuel, you gotta have the little mini fridge somewhere in the background. We'll put it on top of one of the printers. Yeah, that's their thing with G Fuel. If you're sponsored by G Fuel, you gotta have the actual G Fuel thing, like, visible. Okay, don't touch the hot end. That's hot. Hot. Don't touch the hot end. It's hot. Too late. Oh, bloody hell. I think I'd be able to hold something. There we go. Yeah, so on Saturday, we'll continue with the Micron. There'll be a video this week at some point, and yeah. Make sure you're following me on Twitter at 3DP Nero. If you're not subscribed to the channel, do this now. Is the screw on? There we go. Yeah, what else? Other socials, I don't know. There's like, if you want to help support the channel, content create things I do, links in the description, affiliate links if you want to buy something and make sure some of it goes towards me instead of some company. There's that. Consider become a member, subscribe, do all that stuff. You know, the YouTube spiel there. I'm hungry. I need to figure out dinner. I don't know what I'm going to do for dinner. Tell them Tall Boy's a fridge. So, enjoy the rest of your week. Be safe out there. Wash your hands. Cheers.